Welcome, PhotoDashers, to our reveal episode.
I'm ready. Let's go. I want to know what happened.
Yes. So as a reminder, after episode 2 at the Arboretum, the current standings are Will came back tremendously, with his 306 points to 294. So it was anybody's game going into Venice Beach. And we will see. We're gonna kind of reveal who won each photo as we go along. But the first question is, who are we?
I don't know, man. We've had an online presence in teaching photography and video through mostly Udemy.com and then our website videoschoolonline.com. I mean, I would say like you and I met in college, right? And we've just stayed in contact. We've worked together with video productions. We've both done photography. I've been a professional photographer pretty much since I was like 19, 20, and and now I'm 40. So that's about 20 years of photography freelancing. And now I'm teaching at university. I'm teaching film and cinematography at a couple of colleges.
And solidly for half of that time, like 10 years, we've been doing online education. And PhotoDash kind of came about because we've been doing online tutorials, courses for a long time, but we were really trying to figure out a way to just have fun with it and to kind of combine education and entertainment. And this was the first go at it. And we had a lot of fun doing it.
Between like you, me, and Sam, we've been doing like live streams. We've always tried to connect with our audiences. We have Photo and Friends Plus community that we've tried to like hone in as our own sort of community. And so I think the combination of like us being live like this and then us also having some sort of educational value when you're watching videos about photography is like, I don't know, the goal, right? Originally.
Yeah. So hopefully, I mean, we got a lot of great comments during the season. People seem to be loving it. But if you loved it, let us know what you liked about it. We also got a lot of ideas for how we could change it up, improve it. So let us know for sure if you have any ideas like that. But without further ado, let's get into the first challenge, which was transportation and frame within a frame. And we took an eerily similar photo, and the result of those votes was Will with 68% of those votes to my 32%. It's just so funny that we ended up taking a very similar photo.
I knew you were gonna go right to the skate park when you turned that way, and I was like, okay, I just gotta find. I had it in my head as soon as we got the challenges. I do think, and I think I messaged you this. I think I sent you a voice memo. There's a photo that you picked in the episode or that you were going through that was better than this one. Yeah. And the skater's like up in the air. And I think had you chosen that one, I think that you may have beat me in that round.
See, that's the thing. Like, and we haven't really gotten to talk about this a lot with the audience. No. But like, we want to talk about the different episodes, starting with episode 1 in downtown LA. But just there's been a lot of times where I look at the photos, I'm like, dang, I should have picked that other one. Like when it's hard to pick in the moment, looking at the back of your screen, your camera, it's really hard. From the very first episode, doing it for the first time in downtown LA, was there any sort of takeaway, challenge, thing you learned about the equipment that you brought, or how you would go into the second episode?
Yeah, I think the equipment that I brought in the first episode was my bigger mirrorless camera, right? And I had a 24-70 and I had more options. And then I pared down for the second 2 episodes with just a fixed 28 lens with a higher megapixel count. And I think I liked the higher megapixel count because I could crop and I had more options and it was lighter and I felt like I could move fast and I wasn't carrying as much. But I don't know. Like, I really like, and like, we could talk about it later, but in talking about doing another season, like, what kind of equipment do I pick? And even you like downsized, right? I feel like you scaled
I
up and down.
Then I totally downsized. Picking the equipment was really hard because you have this idea of like, well, I'm going to be in this certain area, so I want this. But then you get these random card pulls that completely change everything, which is really hard. I think for me, the biggest takeaway from downtown LA and doing it with you was just 30 minutes is not a lot of time to to really be able to capture sometimes like getting an amazing photo is on your part, but a lot of time it's kind of just the luck of like being in the right location and having your camera with you and having the right lighting. And so forcing yourself to try to take a good photo under these circumstances is really difficult, I feel like. And so
I think a part of it is like having the right equipment, but then landing in the right moment. And I think that having the right equipment, right? So like in the second episode, when the first cards were like action and there was animals all over the place, and I had a little 28mm lens, I was like, God, having a 70-200 would have been like the way to go. And I could have brought that kit, but I just didn't, you just don't know. But that's the whole beauty of the game. I think it's like, you assign these things, and then I've always am a firm believer that like the more obstacles you have, the more creative it forces you to be. And so I think that's what's so fun about this game.
No, totally. And I think also we did it, and after episode 1, it was like, man, this is actually like really fun. Like we had this idea and we did it, and it was like, oh, I want to do this again. So let's reveal the results of the second challenge from Venice Beach, which was the street was the subject.
Crushed it, Phil. You crushed
Soft focus was the style, and then I had the one shot twist card. You had
to take a 15-minute break.
Yes, timeout. And looking back, I feel like I got probably like the best photo that I could have gotten, within 30 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, as I'm saying, like, I think the interpretation of the card, right, soft focus, meant that like just most of it had to be soft focus for you. So you kept something in focus, whereas mine is just completely out. Yeah. And then again, right, having a full obstacle allowed you to really, really be creative and take that time to create that photo, right? Ansel Adams always said, like, we're making photos, right? You're not taking them. So like I love that you really, really made that photo. And that's it deserves to beat all of them. Honestly, I think it's great.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And it got 89 points to your 11. I
my little 11.
I do like how you edited your photo a lot, because I think when I was seeing you, I'm editing these videos and I'm seeing you pick through, I was like, oh man, like, that photo, I know if you had interpreted the card differently, I think you could have taken a lot better photo.
Maybe.
And even in that location, I was like, oh, like, it's funny watching it. And I'm sure the viewers are doing the same thing. They're like, oh, well, you missed this thing, or you should have done this. And I was like, oh, you could have like gone up like really close to that graffiti on the wall and like got some of it in focus, but then the palm trees out of focus, or, so
that's where I spent all that time in that one place. And then I walked away and I was like, oh no. There's a whole other card that I have to like hit. And so I completely changed the whole thing. And I was like, what am I doing? Just hanging out for 15 minutes. It like got me all fluttery.
So and then just like, so talking about the game mechanics a little bit, about how we decided to do the voting and the points this way, because initially we were like throwing the idea of, well, we could just, if you win that round, you get 1 point, or if you win 2 rounds, you get 2 points or whatever, which seems like a fair idea. But I kind of like the idea where we would get points based off of the votes, because if you, as the season goes on,
there's more,
get a banger, or whatever, then you can make up points. Similar, kind of like how you came back from this in the second episode.
My waterfall photo.
And then also, like, if there's a photo that it's like a 55 to 45% vote, it's like kind of like unfair for that one that got 45% of the votes to not get any credit for that. So I don't know. That's something I'm interested to see what people think about like the voting or the points, but I think it worked out. It's worked out pretty good.
Yeah, I had a really great time on all 3 episodes. I remember we like kind of walked away from the second episode being like, like tired. That was like tough to figure out, but I think it actually turned out better than we thought it would. Yeah. And I know that the first episode we were just like, wow, this is amazing. I do think by the third we were a little like, I think we were maybe a little fatigued, but also I think so like we were expecting it to be like bright and sunny, and so then we had this whole other thing that we had to figure out.
I think Venice it felt like the slowest episode to me, partially because like we ended up kind of taking similar photos. The middle second challenge, I was taking one photo, you had a break, and then the last challenge I ended up,
we just walked all the way down there forever. Yeah, we did the same thing still.
Which is interesting because it's like Venice Beach. There's so much going on. You should be able to, it should be super vibrant and lively, but it just ended up how it was. And I mean, but still, I think people really liked it. And so I guess let's reveal the third challenge, which if you're a math whiz, you could probably be doing the math in your head and figure out what you need to do what. But I ended up getting 78% of this vote for the abstract shapes and symmetry challenge, and to Will's 22. And I'm actually surprised by this one because I thought more people would like your photo.
I think it was my weird presentation of turning it sideways. I think if I had made it normal, I may have squeaked out a little bit more higher percentage.
I think so.
But your photo's solid, dude. Like that's abstract. Like, what is the black shape? But then you look at the center of the photo and you see that it's like the pier. And I think that really works for you, man. And like, again, I think you did a little research and then you like worked hard to get that. And your twist card that kept you 6 feet off the ground, or 6 inches. Really played into that, I think, a lot. So you deserve it. I think it's a great photo. You really, like I'm saying, man, you crushed it.
Thank you. Well, and I think the interpretation of the cards changes a lot. And there's some people, commenters, who are very particular about, especially with the found objects one in the episode 2, where I used the pots as the foreground. And
I know, I can't believe my Vaseline one.
yeah, I know. Dude.
So funny.
But like, that's good to know too, going into a potential next season. It's like some people are going to be harder on the actual strict definition of what the subject is. And I was thinking and worried about this one because kind of like abstract shapes, like, are these shapes abstract? Are they not? But I think, what's an abstract?
I think it worked out. I think something that I learned about myself as a photographer, and I think I knew this in general, but I am a person wedding reactionary photographer, right? And that is just what I've been used to doing. And like, I'm put into a, not uncomfortable, but like a situation that I'm not normally in, right? Go achieve this photo. Whereas normally I'm like at weddings, right? And I'm like reacting, or I'm like shooting like a person or filming a person. And it's like, I just have to have them pose and react. And it's more people versus like, here is a specific thing and then go find it.
All right. Well, I think without further ado, let's reveal the season 1 champion with a score of 493 to 407. I guess I'm the champion.
Congratulations, buddy. I mean, we knew this was coming, right? But again, I feel like this pushed us to know this, and it's well deserved, dude. I think you worked hard for this, on top of doing all the editing in general. I think he is one of the founders here of everything deserves to win the first season, right? So,
thanks.
And in thinking that, I knew this was coming, so I got you something. Are you ready for this? I feel like we can use this for all time. Let me just show our audiences, look, a trophy for the winner. Here you go.
Thank you, Will.
You're welcome.
Awesome, dude. This is so cool.
Look how it's lighting up your face. Your face is literally lit up.
This is like gotta go on the shelf. This is gonna
gotta go in the background. This electric bolt that we've decided to.
Well, that's awesome. I'm excited. I mean, I was more excited just to play this game with you, Will. Yeah. It has been so fun. And there is an extra prize we're gonna give out. And
right.
We decided that we're going to give out the MVP prize. This is the most valuable photo, the photo with the most votes, like the highest percentage of votes from the entire season. And this season, you won. You got the most valuable photo.
That was the one that
your last second waterfall shot.
Yeah, that was close.
That was a clutch photo, and that
like
was
15 minutes trying to find an action photo, ran into an owl, ran down a hill, and then in the last second changing tripods. Worth it.
This has been a blast. I hope everyone watching has had a blast watching, whether you watch throughout the season. It's also a good reminder for people to subscribe here on YouTube so that if another season comes out, you can tune in as soon as they come out, because you can be a part of deciding who the champion's going to be. Yeah. You get to vote. And if there are any things that you have suggestions for, let us know. If you have ideas for twist cards, subject cards, style cards, game mechanics, anything, we've gotten some great ideas that we're going to be incorporating into another season. Thank you to all of the supporters who are supporting us on the community, who are actual supporters, paying $5 a month to support us and keep the community going, and just inspiring us to keep going. If you have not, head over to Photography and Friends. I'll link to the community below. It's free to join. We got the weekly challenges going. We've got all of our courses there. We've got hundreds of other photographers who are on all parts of their journey there. So lots of great stuff, courses, everything. Yeah, thank you. Any final thoughts, words for season 1, Will?
No, I just, I really enjoyed being your photo friend. I don't think we've actually ever just like hung out and took photos just like for fun outside of like teaching a class or anything. And I enjoyed that aspect, even though we were videoing ourselves.
Yeah.
I think part of the companionship of like, and the competitiveness, right, of like, hey, what'd you get? What camera did you bring? Hey, how are you doing? Like talking shop, but then also like, where'd you go? What are you going to do? I don't know. Where are you going to go? Like that part was like really fun. And then, we'd grab coffee or food.
No, totally.
So I enjoyed that part.
On that note, are you down for another season?
Yeah, let's go. Bring it on. Bring it on, man. I only got you to beat. Sure.
All right. Sounds good. We'll make it happen. And on that, we'll see you guys next time.
Let's go. All right, Bill and Will, you ready?
Let's go.